it will slow him like one of Abe's stasis grenades. And that was that is just Goliath making really short work there. Just wanted to give him a smackdown, let them know who was boss, starting right off the bat.
There was a little smack talk going on outside,
was there?
so I think there was a little revenge that needed to be dealt
okay.
out. So.
All right, I see how it is. Oh, we have a question. As an aspiring programmer, what tips or help could you give to get into the industry?
Okay, that's a good question. Really, the biggest thing is to just get started with anything that you can. You know, start looking at games. There's a lot of free things out there that you can use to actually get into creating games from the get-go. Like there's a software called Unity. You can download it for free. Also, the Unreal Game Engine now is available for free, and they have great examples. It's easy to just jump in, start playing around with the some of the existing stuff, and just start to learn. And you know, obviously, go to your math classes. You know, unfortunately, you know, it's a lot of math, a lot of you know, physics is good. You know, so a lot of your more technical courses help out a lot, and yeah, the biggest thing is just get started, do what you can from early on.
Yeah, one thing I hear from people, regardless of what sort of area of the studio they're in, it's doing stuff outside, just doing it in your spare time, putting stuff together, even if you can't, you know, it's like just something to show what you do and what you're capable of. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, when we're looking through resumes, you know, one of the first things I look for is like, okay, what did they do outside of their schooling? You know, it's like, were they working on games? You know, if they've got a couple small games, and you know, it doesn't have to be some AAA quality, you know, full-blown game. As long as if you've shown that you've got a passion for making games and that you have the technical knowledge to actually get something out there up and running, you know, that goes really far for getting your foot in the door.
Yeah, and we have a more specific question for how Torvald's shotgun and mortar cannons are affected by capacity increase.
Okay, let's see. Torvald's has 5 shots by default, so the 50%, you know, unfortunately it rounds down, so you get 2 extra shots. And the same with the shotgun. You get it increases it by let's see.
Sorry, so the shotgun is 6, or sorry, the shotgun would be 7. Then and the mortar cannons. Sorry, I'm getting confused.
all right. The mortar cannon starts out with 5 normally, and then.
Oh, okay. So even though it comes out in a burst, it will change the number of.
Yeah, the number of shots in that burst.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, and it's actually really useful for fighting against, like, the Wraith, for example. I'll take that against him because with the Wraith has a lot more of a movement ability, so it's a lot harder to, you know, figure out exactly where he is. So with the extra shots, now you're able to cover a wider area and have more of a chance of actually making contact with him.
That's very cool. So then that goes to 7, and then the shotgun starts at how?
I forget what it starts at.
Because it's a burst, so it's kind of hard to...
Yeah.
Someone was saying, does shotgun have 12?
If it starts at 12, then it would go. You would get the 6 additional shots. It seems.
Oh wow, that's.
I don't know if it had 12.
That seems high.
Yeah.
I guess we could have someone really diligent in the stream count for us in a minute.
Yeah, and part of it too is like as the game development, we're constantly tuning these numbers. So you know, that's part of the reason we have trouble bringing them up off the top of our head. Is, you know, one day they do this, next day they may change because, you know, through gameplay play testing we realize that's, you know, that okay, those numbers aren't quite working, so we'll adjust them on a daily basis sometimes.
So one thing for people who aren't as familiar with Torvald's abilities, he has mortar cannons which come from the things that we were talking about earlier on his back, and those fire straight up in the air and come down in a big arc. So if you're in this map specifically, you want to be careful about what is above you, because if you're in an overhang, it'll hit the ceiling above you before it gets to the monster.
Yes, yeah, and that's yeah, like you said, it's very critical. Is watch your what's above you, and that's one of the things we've really been trying to tune so it feels good. Is we want to get a lot of hang time, but we don't want, you know, to be shooting the ceiling 100% of the time.
Yeah,
you know?
And you can't shoot it super close to yourself, so there has to be some distance. So if the monster's chasing you, you want to try to jetpack backwards to get the distance to shoot that off. And then he also has a rapid fire shotgun. So you just, shoot once and it does a burst, which is amazing. And then he's also got shrapnel grenades, which look somewhat similar to Markov's mines, and he throws them at the monster, and it explodes and peppers whatever side the monster was facing the grenade with weak spots. And those do 1.5 damage.
Yes, yeah, you'll do the extra damage.
The same as Lazarus's weak spots.
Yes.
Okay. So we could have brought Torvald up just there while we were talking about him, but so we have Sunny up here. We can talk about Sunny a little bit. She's got her adorable shield drone. So do you want to talk a little bit about how that works?
Okay, yes. For shield drone, it's, like I said, cute little guy, fun to work with. You toss him out similar to like a sentry gun, like one of Bucket's sentry guns, and he'll, when he comes out, initially he can't do anything. He has to build up his energy reserve.
Okay.
So you've got that, as a monster you have a little bit of time to counter it. You can jump in, destroy it before it's able to start shielding. But once it's built up its reserves, now it'll shield anybody who's getting attacked. Now the trick is, it always shields the last person that was attacked. So as the monster, nobody will be getting shielded. You hit one person, that hit Val,
Right.
Val will get shielded. Now, makes it an interesting strategy, because now if you're going to try to pound through Val, it's going to take a while.
Right.
But you can switch to another hit on Maggie, which will switch the drone over to Maggie, and then you can keep going back and forth.
So it encourages a different playstyle, because typically I think we encourage monsters to focus targets, because you can get distracted and scattered and not really make a dent in anybody. So
Yes.
with the shield drone, it's kind of like, okay, you have to rethink how you're approaching that fight.
Yeah, it throws
What your
another wrench in the
priorities are.
mix.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've had some pretty great play. Oh no, Venom Hound. We've had some pretty great plays with the shield drone. Earlier today, we had someone who was very good at placing it up high, so it had a really good vision, because it's got line of sight just like a lot of the other abilities. So you need to be able to see it.
Yeah, that's really key. And one thing about putting up really high too is it makes it much more difficult for the monster to destroy it, because now he has to take the time to climb up there, melee it, or he has to waste some of his abilities on taking out the shield drone.
Yeah.
Which, then she throws out another one. So.
Right, but it can be destroyed. It is
Yes.
it is something that just like the sentry guns that you mentioned, it's treated similarly, and it will stay until it's destroyed or she places another one. Is that right?
Yes.
There's no timer. It runs on batteries basically. So like as it shields, it runs down slowly. Is that right?
Yeah, it's similar to.
Or is it based on damage?
Yeah, it's based off of damage.
Okay.
It's similar to Hank's shield gun, where it's
Okay.
like when he takes damage, when they take damage, it's like takes out of like an energy reserve on the shield drone itself.
Okay.
And once it's depleted, it has to stop shielding until it's regenerated that energy.
Okay, that's good to know. Let's see. We have a question. This question is too long, and I can't read all of it. So let's see.
How many shield drones?
Oh
do you
yeah,
deploy?
Nightwing, only one at a time.
Yes.
Just the one. So we've lost Sunny. Sunny is deceased. Let's check out Crow. See what's going on with him. He is trying not to get his shit wrecked. Let's see. I had some questions about Crow. His health, his HP shot. Oh, his kinetic rifle. Is that affected by Cabot's damage amp?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he'll be doing extra damage to the monster's health straight through that shield,
Yes.
through the armor. That's good to know. And then let's see. Oh, he says Crow appears to shoot lasers. Is this considered a bolt weapon, or because it's only projectile-based weapons that affect weak spots, right? So
Right.
Markov's laser rifle or lightning rifle doesn't
Oh, okay. Yes.
work
yes.
off weak spots. So does Crow's weapon?
Yes, it does. Yeah,
Okay.
I believe his weak shot does definitely, and I believe his charge shot may also. I have to double check that. It's
Yeah.
another one of those things
It's
that's
a
been
good
changing
question,
back
though.
and forth. We've experimenting with both ways, so off the top of my head I can't tell you. But,
yeah, but that's a really good question, because it's always good to have weak spots up on the monster regardless, but sometimes it becomes more important than others. And he's just trying to get in there and save his friend, but really having a hard time. Let's see. Do we have more questions? I'm sorry. We have a new system, and it only allows a small amount of text, so sometimes it goes by too fast and I can't read it. Let's see. The other thing we can talk about is Goby. What are the rules for how Goby works in the game?
Okay. Yeah. Goby, he was a fun one to put together. You bring him out. You throw him, and he'll fly straight forward for up to a maximum distance, and he's able to detect anything within a radius. So now he's able to see through walls and any kind of obstructions. So
nice dodge there, Trapper.
It works out really well even if you're in close range sometimes, and the monster's somewhere on like one of the walls behind you. You throw him out, you'll be able to get an idea of where the monster is. He has a limited amount of ability to swerve around things, so you don't have to be exact with his throwing, but
he's not going to run around corners and fly all over the map. It's more of a straight shot kind of thing.
Exactly. If you throw him at a wall, he's just going to cancel out once he gets towards the wall, and then he'll respawn after a short delay.
Yeah. So we have another question. Butterfish Man. It's based on the monster's health. So when the monster runs out of health, the monster is dead. It doesn't matter how much armor he has. So, typically with any other hunter, you're going to need to have the health gone, or the armor gone before you can chip away at the health. But yeah, if he's at full armor and just has a little bit of health left and Crow can shoot through it, they'll win the round.
Yeah, that catches people off by surprise the first time it happens. You hear yelling, and then you're like, okay, yep, you got to explain the rules to them. It's like your health is gone, you're dead. It doesn't matter that you had full armor.
Yeah, I've seen some playstyles where people rely heavily on the ability to go get more armor and then come back, but it's when you're playing against a Crow, you have to be a lot more careful with your health. Yeah. It's definitely even more of a focus than it would normally be. Yeah,
he doesn't do a lot of damage directly to the health, but over time he can whittle it down. If you're going to be going in and out like that, he can whittle it down and finish you off without.
And then if you've got a Cabot and you've got some weak spots, that'll go a lot faster. So it's definitely something to be aware of from both perspectives. Let's see. We've talked a little bit about Torvald. Did we cover him, or did we miss something? Oh, I see.
Okay.
Apparently we're doing one character a game.
Okay,
so you guys get to see a tyrant crawling up onto a bridge in order to beat the crap out of the assault. That's great.
Wouldn't want to be the assault right now.
Hey, Cockney Charmer, how you doing? Out of this team, I got a chance to play a lot of all of them with the press last week, and had a really good time. It was really fun to get out of my normal zone. Normally I kind of stick with assault, but I love all of them. They're really fun to play. They bring a lot of difference. I do still love Torvald because I think just assault really suits me. But I find that I really enjoy Slim. He's probably the medic that I'm most comfortable with. And then, I love Sunny's shield booster, jetpack booster. It's really fun to sort of figure out new strategies and ways of using that are really helpful. And I like protecting people and helping them dodge out of the way.
Oh yeah.
It's when you can't tell the shield drone to shield someone. So if you want to help get them out of harm's way, it's like, okay, dodge, you've got boost, go. So that's really fun. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, all the characters, like you said, are really very interesting. They play so much differently than our previous characters. But I actually would have to go with Slim too. Yeah, it's fun to know how frustrating it is on the monster side when you're throwing that smoke grenade in their face and they can no longer see you.
Yep.
Yeah, my favorite loadout is to take a rapid reload with him so that you can switch out, throw out his healing drone almost instantly, then switch to smoke grenade, throw one out, do some damage, replenish your smoke grenade.
And we're seeing this right here. Is he threw that healing drone out, but was just like, I don't need to wait for that. I'll just go pick him up. But it is extremely useful if they wanted to kind of sort of guard the body. So send that drone back to revive the in-cap and kind of distract the monster far away so that he has time to get back up.
Yeah, that's a big thing that the monster needs to learn playing against Slim is if you're running after Slim, you do not want to be leaving an in-cap body behind because it will get picked up, and he's just going to toss that drone behind him, and by the time you get back, the whole team's going to be back up again.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see him using that healing burst when it's up, charging it, making sure he's shooting. I mean, you kind of get on like a wildlife slaughtering kick with Slim just because you're like, I need all the healing burst.
Exactly.
So that's
it's like,
fun.
give me your energy.
Yeah. So we got sort of like a mass wildlife murdering bugman. I also just love his hands. His hands are so cool. Like when you fall out of the dropship, it's just like, because he's only got four.
Three, I think.
Three.
Yeah. 3 digits. So he's got a.
I needed to actually put my hands out and do that motion in order to visualize it for anybody who thought that was weird.
No, none of us thought that was weird.
Yeah. So I know for a fact that Jess's favorite hunter is Sunny on this team. She loves Sunny. I think she really enjoys the mini nuke. And she's just, Sunny's just kind of adorable. So let's see. Does Crow's arena have any different properties?
No, the arena itself is the same as the rest of the trackers.
I think the only hunter who has a modified class ability is Slim.
Yes, yeah, he has the increased healing range, which and it does a different amount of healing. But that's because we wanted to tune it so that as a combat medic, he needs to be like with that leeching gun of his, he needs to be right in front of the monster, getting that healing. So if he wants to be healing others, he needs that increased range, and also when he does want to hang back more, he's able to reach out to those to all the other players. But with the leeching gun, he's able to compensate for the smaller amount of healing he does by the much more frequent healing bursts when he's doing that damage.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta be in there. Gotta be smacking people around.
Yeah, as Slim, if you hang back and try to play it safe, it's like your rest of your team is just going to die because you just, as you can see right now, it's taking his healing burst quite a while to recharge because he's not shooting anything.
Yeah.
So if you were doing that in the middle of battle, it would be game over.
So he's kind of the anti-Lazarus.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like Lazarus, you want to be super scarce, sniping from a distance. Slim, you just want to be right up in there. We have a question. How many spore clouds can be up at once and for how long?
Let's see. We don't have a hard limit. It's based off of how fast you can shoot them out and how long each individual one stays up. So I think the number ends up being like 4 to 6, something around there. But yeah, in actual gameplay, usually you just if the monster moves out of the existing one, you throw them in another one, and each one lasts for a moderate amount of time.
That's an interesting question. If Crow dies while Goby is deployed, what happens to him?
He goes on vacation.
That's like some really intense, like specific timing.
Yeah, no, he'll fly out to his max range. He'll continue to scan, but then once he flies off, then obviously he's gone.
He doesn't come back to Crow. It's so sad.
No.
How much less?
Oh, how much less healing does Slim's healing field do compared to the other mercs? Hunters, sorry. Hunters, yes. Off the top of my head, I don't know. It's a decent amount less. It's like maybe 50%, 40%, somewhere around there. I don't know the exact number, but as you can see in battle, while he's really using his leeching gun effectively, he's able to get those off like more than twice as fast as the normal medics.
And he's doing damage while he's healing, so
yes.
It's kind of similar intention to Kyra, where it's like she can napalm grenade, put that dot up, and then go back to healing. So she's still doing some damage while she's healing.
Yes, and his healing drone can also be healing another merc that's out of range all at the same time. So,
multitasking.
Yeah.
So since you used a throwback word, how long have you been with Turtle Rock? Because we didn't cover that.
Quite a while. When did I start here? Over 3 years ago now?
All right.
3.5 years? Yeah, back
so
when our hunters were mercs.
Yep.
And I still call them mercs. So.
Yeah, so we've gone through a lot of iterations and a lot of different phases, I think, with the game. And
yes, it's very different than what it was 3.5 years ago.
So were you here before we had specific classes?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
That must have changed your job immensely.
Oh, you have no idea. We'll just rewrite all these systems here.
Oh, no big deal.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'll do it tomorrow.
Let's see. Does capacity affect the shield drone?
No. Oh wait, the shield drone. Yes, actually.
Yeah,
it does.
I would think it would because it affects Hank's shield projector as well. So
Yes.
it gives you a little bit more juice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And let's see, does Sunny's jetpack booster capacity increase with the perk as well?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, you get the same amount of perk. All of the energy-based weapons that recharge over time, and all your ammo-based weapons are all going to get that same boost.
Cool. That's good to know. I don't use that one very much, but I probably should. I tend to use Quick Switch a lot.
Yeah, Quick Switch is good, especially for Slim. The capacity is really good now, especially with Val, with some of her tuning changes now.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she has so she heals faster, but she has like the longer recharge now.
Right.
But so it's like having that extra capacity with that faster healing, it makes for a good combination.
Yeah, Val fans, pay attention. Let's see, what's Slim's healing range in meters?
I don't know.
I don't actually know what the normal healing range is in meters.
Me neither. It's
big.
It's like big. Yeah. I believe it's approximately twice as big as the normal radius. So
Okay.
it is significantly more than the other medics.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, and when he does use it, you can see these concentric rings flying out, and those give a little more of an indication of what the range is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think by just like imagining what it looks like, but I would hate to estimate and have it be super off.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out. You can ask on our forums.
I'll bring a cheat sheet next time with all the settings.
They ask hard questions. These are our serious fans in here. They've got all the hard questions. Well, speaking of which, I have an email where someone had asked questions on the forums. I think I got through all of them. Someone asked about Torvald's shrapnel grenades. They put weak spots on the monster. They are 1.5 times. So if Val were to hit the exact weak spot, it would be replaced with her 2 times damage amplifier. I think I checked that. I think that's right. Unless you know it's not right.
Probably the intended behavior, yes.
Okay. So
notice I say intended behavior.
But they will not stack. So it's not
Correct,
like
yes.
It's not like Val can put a 2 times amplifier on top of a Torvald amplifier and have 3.5 times. That's not going to happen. So it theoretically should take the higher weak spot.
Yeah, when you hit a creature that has a weak spot on it, it damages it uses the weak spot that's closest to the impact point. So if you'd be closer to Val's, you'd use hers. If you'd be closer to one of the other shrapnel mine ones, it would use that one.
Yeah, that's interesting. But I always try to keep that up because it's free extra damage. So
yes,
it's
definitely
super important.
It definitely pays. Even just Torvald himself, he does more damage by getting those weak spots on, shooting his gun, and then as soon as they disappear, throw another one on.
Yeah.
It's much more. It's more effective than just hitting them with the shotgun straight up.
And it's also it's going to be dependent on which direction they're facing. So with any other monster than Behemoth, you'll want to kind of aim for the head in as much as you can really aim specifically with these. But with Behemoth, you'd want to make sure you hit his front, so you have a chance of getting that like double headshot spot on his external exposed organy bits.
Torvald is great against Behemoth. If you've got your shield left, you throw some weak spots right in front. Then getting close to all your shotgun blasts are hitting all those weak spots on his weak spots, and he just watches.
Is nobody gonna save the
go away.
what? They're just like, yeah, Torvald, you got this. You can solo a tyrant, no big deal.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess that's the plan.
Stoic Viking manages to handle himself. Hopefully we've got a drone on him. I see his health going up. How did I not... Okay. I haven't been paying a lot of attention to the monster in this game. I just realized it's Wraith. Hi, Wraith! How you doing? She's evolving right now, which is very exciting. Let's see. Does capacity increase affect Hank's orbital like it does Torvald's mortar?
It's a good question. I don't believe it does. No, yeah, I don't believe it does.
Yeah, because that's already a lot of bombs that drop in that. I feel like it would be kind of obscene if it got any bigger than that.
Yeah, it lasts for quite a while. It already lasts to the point where the monster is going to be leaving the area. So adding more, even more, I think would probably just mess your teammates up more so as you're trying to run after the monster.
There's nothing like a bad Hank who's just like,
yeah.
drop all the orbitals, and you're like, but I can't get to the monster. He's on the other. What are you doing?
Yeah, that can be a little frustrating playing with those.
Yeah, let's see. Does Sunny's jetpack booster increase the power or just let other hunters use their jetpacks longer? So it runs their jetpack off her battery.
Yes.
So it doesn't affect the hunter's jetpack at like fuel level at all. Oh my god. Plants? There's gonna be some smack talk for that.
Oh boy, that's not good. But yes, when you're being boosted by Sunny's jetpack booster, the jetpacks are more powerful.